Morning. Well, morning for me right now. I am just finishing my morning development, and the podcast that I was watching is just talking about that process of just coaching and being an effective coach moving forward, given our current society. And the one of the things he brought up, it hit me hard because toxic positivity has been something I've been a victim of, and also something that I have spewed onto other people. And I always feel so bad about it because when I was first like on my journey to develop myself, I was just like, I've done this negative thing where I've just looked at everyone bad, like that they're gonna hurt me, this is gonna hurt me, this is gonna put me down, and it just led to so much depression. And so in that radical state of when I first started getting developed, I was like, I don't care what it is, I would prefer to be that positive compared to that negative. And so yes, when I was first there, I was like, delusion, delusion, delusion. Everyone loves me. This is great. This is going to work out for me, even though I felt like people did not like me, and that was like genuinely the truth. Especially when I moved up to the north in Spokane, Washington, people genuinely just didn't like me. They didn't know me, but they just didn't like me. But the only way that I got through that was with that delusion. Now, that has evolved over time. I am a very hopeful, optimistic person at this point, and I'm really proud that I got here. Now I understand the difference between that toxic positivity and that hope and optimism, because I can still identify both the negative aspects and the positive aspects of a situation. And I do acknowledge both of them because that negative is so important. Because if I'm seeing too many red flags, I need to remove myself from the situation. But also, am I seeing the good green flags? Like, is the good outweighing the bad information? Because like I used to think that no one listened to me, no one took me into consideration. And when I look back now on my life and I revisit these moments and experiences, I felt like I was never seen and never acknowledged for who I was. But when I look at people's language and how they treated me, one of the most common ways that people used to refer to me, oh, like, he's just being Eddie. Like, don't worry about that. That's just Eddie. Look at Eddie being Eddie again. And the fact that they didn't use any other labels, they just said, that's just Eddie because we don't know we can't put him in a box. That was an acknowledgement that they saw me as an individual. But I didn't see it that way. And that's just an example of where you put your attention at. I felt isolated when they did that. I felt like they didn't really see me as being connected to them or as similar to them. They just look at the differences in a negative way. But no, that uniqueness made people want to be around me. And that is just an example of where I put my attention. It's all about what you put attention and the significance that you put on those things that you give attention to. And this is where that hope comes in. I know that there are some bad things, but I'm hopeful that I can get better. I'm hopeful that things will change for the better. I'm hopeful that I know that I will get through this and it's going to work out in my favor. These are the things that I say to myself constantly, and it has allowed me to get to this point where I have an amazing job, I have amazing friends, the relationships that I have, the safety and security that I have in my body. It feels so peaceful and full of abundance. And this is just the hopeful aspect of it. I say all this because as a coach, it's one of the most challenging things because I'm talking to people and they're always like, I just want to be real, I just want to be real, I want to be real. Yes, you're being real, but are you getting the full picture, or you're just isolating this one aspect? You can let both good and bad in. They're both really important. And the toxic positivity is when you discard the bad and just takes the good. The pessimism, the unhealthy negative aspect, I'm just taking out the bad and I'm not acknowledging the good. In this situation, when you're optimistic and hopeful, you're taking both of them. I'm looking at them, I'm valuing them, I'm identifying what aligns with my value. And that is one of the things that I have to guide my clients through all the time. It's a very delicate process. I still haven't quite mastered it because every person is so different. So therefore, a lot of times, like right now I'm coaching for about 30 minutes to an hour. And it's like, man, I just wish I had a month with you, because I can slowly reveal to you the value of how you're impacting your perceptions, impacting your life and your situation. And so that's next, very soon, I'm going to start offering packages. It's in the work. I'm developing everything right now because I'm having these one-off sessions and I'm like, this is not doing you justice because it takes time to uncover this, and I don't want to force you through this process. With that, we're at 5 minutes. Thank you for listening. I'm E-Love. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you soon. All right, bye.